Oh, good morning, dear. Trust you are doing well, excellent, and as we will say in the ministry, you are full of glory. Thank you so much for being a part of our dialogue box on Blossom Nigeria this beautiful morning. And on this morning, we have already prepared your mind that we will be talking presidency. In other words, giving attention to what is happening in Nigeria as we build up towards the 2023 presidential election. That's the general elections that will be coming up on that beautiful year. So as we make preparations for that, we've had some very popular requests, people asking us to analyze some individuals to help them know if some of those people will be suitable candidates for the 2023 general elections. But before we move into that, we'd like you to just have sorry, have some quick updates of some areas we thought we should draw attention to this morning. First of all, we would like to commend the federal government again for giving the Ghanaian government a very, very positive signal, letting them know that there will be no conflict as a result of the Nigerian High Commission that was demolished in Ghana due to some issues here and there that they are still sorting out. So that's a very good one from the federal government. And as we commend the federal government for this, we also ask the Ghanaian government to work towards resolving the inner conflict within the region where that took place. So we also like to bring to your notice that today is the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Trafficking. And with that, a lot is going on in different parts, and we'd like to also thank the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency for carrying out a lot of drug awareness programs to the northern part of Nigeria. So, but they have also drawn attention to the fact that tramadol is a major, according to them, they said is a major cause for the insurgency in the northeast region because tramadol contains opioids. These are receptors which have similar effects to morphine. And with that, they are saying that everything should be done to prevent the importation of tramadol into the country. And if they must do that, they should reduce the level and the amount of the opioids, that's the opiates, that are in that particular drug. They see it as contributing to the violence, the rise in the quest for insurgency and militancy, terrorism, just name it. So we want the NDLEA to do much more. Apart from just letting the government know that this is what is obtainable, they also should do much more to create awareness and the right orientation. All right, moving on, we have a very saddening news that the former governor of Oyo State, Abiola Ajimobi, passed on at the age of 70. He really had a lot to his credit, and we also would like to recognize the fact that until his death, he was still trying to see how to be a major player in the All Progressives Congress. And with that, we'll really say that may his soul rest in peace. That's for Abiola Ajimobi that just passed on. And moving on to Edo State, our Governor Godwin Obaseki has finally emerged as the full, let's use that word, the PDP flag bearer for Edo State, as all other opponents stepped down, including the wonderful Imaswagbon, who was really a major opponent to Obaseki clinching that the role of being the flag bearer for the PDP in Edo State, but they've all stepped down for Governor Obaseki. And while that was going on, President Buhari, sorry, I'm sweating a bit. The power situation is not very good right now, but we have to continue with the program. So just bear with us, we are together. All right, so as I was saying, President Buhari has also nominated Ishaq Usman Bello, that's the Chief Judge of Abuja High Court, as a candidate for one of the judges at the International Criminal Court, ICC. So that is a very, very strong one, just like he nominated Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala as the candidate from Nigeria and the West African region for the World Trade Organization. I think I will need more fan. Kristen, give me a little more fan. Sweating a little. We look forward to having power from NEPA and co. All right. So while we continue with this, bring the fan close. Yes. Fan me. I'm sweating a lot. Praise the Lord. I'm giving it to you. I said, wow, never just brought like this is it. Continues. I started by telling you that trust you are excellent and full of glory. And as we're doing all of that, the power sector answered us and they just brought the light. Now you can see that the color has improved. So then also the fan will also be better. Thank you so much. Let's continue. All right. So President Buhari has nominated Ishaq Usman Bello, the Chief Judge of Abuja High Court, as the judge or one of the judges at the International Criminal Court, just like he did for Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala for the World Trade Organization, which is still being processed, and we look forward to having some positive news from that area. Okay, while we move on, before we move fully into our Tinubu for president in 2023, don't forget that we've been talking about party ideology. So we have given a lot of attention to that, because we know that when political parties don't have the right ideology, they can't do much. And they can't achieve much. There will be no cohesion, there will be no unity of purpose. A lot of conflicting interests will surely rise up. And that is why we are asking for party culture, party ideology in Nigeria. So we've been commenting on that. Then we also talked about party constitutions and how they can have very strong constitution that can bind each member of the party. This will prevent what we are saying as per defecting from one party to the other, and give more room to a sense of commitment when members are very, very confident and they know that no matter what happens, they belong to that party. And we would like to say a very big thank you to Barrister Prince Uzemi Olomuagbodo for being a very strong analyst all through the week for this. So while we move, quick. The security situation in northern Nigeria is also picking up. The government is doing a lot to support the military, but we say a lot more should be done. Let me arrange this. Okay. A lot more should be done to make that better. So all that we are hearing from the northern part of Nigeria, security situation should be contained as much as possible. And finally, on this note, COVID-19 is still a major source of concern. Nigeria is still recording high cases of those who are infected with the virus. For now, over 22,000 are still the official figure of those that have been infected, and nothing much has been heard of those who have been discharged. We know that a lot of people are recovering from it, but how far and how much is being done for this? And don't forget the call that we sent to the Nigerian government that no matter what, it is not just about having test centers, which is very good, but at the same time, provide solution centers where we can also devise our own cure as a nation to contain the virus called COVID-19. All right, now we move on. 2020 is here, and we are working towards 2023. And Nigerians are already asking who can be the flag bearer for this party or that party, and who should those candidates be. But before we can term them as candidates, they are individuals that we can analyze. And like we said earlier, these are people that were nominated by, you and me, people around us who said, okay, let's look at this individual this week. And so this week we are giving maximum attention to Chief Bola Ahmed Tinubu who was born on March 29, 1952. He was elected senator for Lagos West constituency in 1993 before the military took over. Then after that, he has served as the governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007. He's a member of the APC, the All Progressives Congress. He is referred to as the national leader of the APC. He holds his chieftaincy titles, the Asiwaju of Lagos and the Jagaban of Ogun Kingdom in Niger State. So with all of this, we also have a lot more to give you concerning his political career. He was a founding member of the SDP, that's the Social Democratic Party, in 1992. Then a founding member of the pro-democracy group, National Democratic Coalition, when Nigeria was still trying to come out of the military rule. So he also went into exile along with some other politicians who were like opponents, or they were the ones that were standing up against the military, and a lot more, a lot they achieved, but they also went into exile, and a lot more was achieved as a result of their exile. So he went into exile in 1994 and returned in 1998 after the death of the then General Sani Abacha. He is a protege of the AD, that's the Alliance for Democracy, where he won the Lagos State gubernatorial election in 1999. Then as governor, involved in the struggle with the federal government at frequent intervals. The notable one was when he was like the lone voice that was agitating for the creation of local council development areas, LCDAs. And that brought him into major conflict, but he achieved a lot for that, because he knew that Lagos State was a very populated region that also needed local councils that can attend to the needs of the people in when they go into the grassroots, not just by having a central government in Ikeja. All right. Then he also constantly clashed with people like politicians like Adesheye Ogunlewe, former senator and minister of works, and Bode George, the then Southwest chairman of PDP. So with all of this, we can see that Bola Tinunbu was active in bringing together the fragmented opposition parties, and they finally formed the full opposition party, which now is the ruling party, talking about the APC. So with all that he has done, some are already saying we think he should be the right candidate for the presidential election in 2023. So, but the question is, do you agree with that? What is your opinion? Do you see him as a capable politician that will bring about a unified front for Nigeria, and will also achieve a lot as is expected right now? So we would like you to send in your comments, your opinions, and let's go into the full analysis of Bola Tinunbu for president come 2023. All right. I'm seeing some comments here. We are talking about Tinunbu. One of our analysts, Grace Emmanuel, she says, good morning, Blossom, you look great. Thank you so much, Grace Emmanuel. Merci. Then Coco says, NEPA just restored power. Coco, we need your comment on Tinunbu for president. What is your thoughts on this? Do you support it? Do you think? And if you don't support it, why don't you support it? It's not enough to just say, I don't support him or I don't like him. Why? You must state your reasons, because that is why we are analyzing him as an individual. And anything you like to commend him for, you can say it. Anything you think, oh, he does not have the right capacity to lead our great nation to the next level. You can also say it, oh, he's the best candidate for me, and I think he's the one that can do very well in bringing about a unified front for Nigeria, developing the structures of governance and everything. You can also say it. So let's hear your comments and your opinions right now. Tinubu for president come 2023. So while we are hearing from you, we also should note that Tinubu has constituted, or he has become, a major part of the current Nigeria that we are seeing right now. So a lot of people refer to him as a power broker. From the AD in 1998, that's the Alliance for Democracy. 1998, the Action Congress of Nigeria, and this current All People's Congress. All Progressives Congress. So we know that everything that he requires, talking about political experience, he has it. So what is your opinion? Do you think he's the right candidate for the presidency in 2023 in Nigeria? I seem to be sweating a little bit. I know that you get it, so I'm waiting for your comment. All right, I can see Joy Chinedu Samuel. I'm right here. Yes, you are right there. So we are also asking you to send in your comment, Joy Chinedu Samuel. We can see your beautiful face, but send us your comment. What is your take? Should Tinubu go for president? Should Nigerians start supporting or preparing the ground, a smooth ground for him to come into office in 2023? And if not, what are your reasons? I'm waiting for you. I know you are right there. So everyone, where are you? Where are thou? So give us your thoughts, give us your comments, and let us know that you are part of what we are doing, working towards a greater Nigeria, a better Nigeria. And you can even see me dressed in white and green. So I'm trying to also say that Nigeria has hope. Nigeria is a land of green opportunity. And you know, green stands for flourishing, stands for productivity, and that is why we call our platform Blossom Nigeria. Because for us, Blossom Nigeria is a way of declaring that Nigeria should shine, Nigeria should rise, Nigeria should do well, Nigeria should be productive. So it's a way of speaking some form of energy into our country, Nigeria. Not just Nigeria, a wasted land, no. Nigeria can never be a wasted land. So we are the ones that will determine that. And that is why we say Blossom Nigeria. And for us, Dialogue Box is an opportunity for us to address some of those socio-political issues so that we can come out with or come forth with a solution. We are providing solutions. All right. Kupolati Oluwatobi. He says, I am in. I know you are in, but send me your opinion. What do you think? Should Tinubu go for president in 2023? That's my question. So if you had the opportunity to call in, I would have said call. So telling me I am in is like you are telling me present sir or present ma. But I'm saying I'm not asking you to give me present or I am in or I'm not in. But what is your opinion? Should we all start preparing a smooth ground for Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu for 2023? Not because we are standing against the current government, but we're only trying to say that Nigerians can do a lot in preparing the ground for him in 2023 because the journey is already beginning to kick off. All right. Now I can see Coco. He says here that, just a second. Wow, Coco has given us a lot to talk about. He says, everyone knows that Tinubu can never be president. What do you mean by everyone knows that Tinubu can never be president? So if it's your own opinion, then okay, let's read and see. Maybe we'll get more of your reasons why. It says, because when it's everyone knows, is what do they call it in law? Is a fallacy of general. What's that fallacy again? Fallacy, you know what I'm saying, so don't worry, I will give you the real word later. Let's move on. It says, so many factors contribute to this. He said, first is this. Okay, I've gotten it now. Fallacy of hasty generalization. So you can clap for me wherever you are, but let me continue with Coco's comment. He said, first is his corrupt, domineering personality. Corrupt, domineering personality. Interesting. Then next, his religion. Choosing a Muslim northerner as vice will backfire seriously because according to you, his religion, then his region, Southwest, has done 8 years as president and another as vice president. So Tinubu shouldn't waste his time and resources. Wow. I wish Coco was here with me. I would have asked you some more direct questions. But when you are saying his corrupt, domineering personality, you think these are things that all Nigerians should be aware of. But it would be nice, Coco, if you give me a little more areas to refer to. So you can just give me 1 or 2 references, domineering, corrupt, or whatever you think. Because we are analyzing these people like we said. And let us know, should they be considered as suitable candidates for 2023? All right. So Coco thinks that Tinubu should not waste his time and resources. Then our wonderful Grace Emmanuel says, Jagaban cannot go for presidency now. It is well. I'm helping you to speak the pidgin very well. She says he's a power broker, like you said. He has gotten so much power from godfatherism. He can't go for presidency and be under control. Control of who? Maybe the Senate and the House of Representatives. And if he does, then he would be power-centric. Or how do you mean it? He will be power-centric. Oh, okay. Those of you that are writing in pidgin, may God help me to pronounce every word the way you want me to in Jesus' name. Amen. All right. So we are giving you more opportunity to comment. So talk to us. You said he's a power broker. Jagaban cannot go for presidency. He has gotten so much from godfatherism rather. So he can't go for presidency and be under control. So you think that it will not work for him. All right. Thank you so much, Grace Emmanuel, for that. Victis is watching. I know you are watching. Talk to me. All right. Then we have Vivian Obi here. She says, I do not agree with Tinubu. Just a second. I do not agree with Tinubu being the president. We need a new breed of young leaders in Nigeria. Wow. This is like an advocate. Vivian Obi, wherever you are, thank you so much for this too. But then, like we say, give me your reason. You said, I do not agree. Just a second. I do not agree with Tinubu being the president. We need a new breed of young leaders in Nigeria. I seem to hear, like I called it earlier, maybe an advocate. Sorry, let me mop off some of this. Then Joy Chinedu Samuel says, well, for me, Senator Bola Tinunbu has done well for the nation as a national leader. But I fear his godfatherism has not helped the nation because more of this godfatherism is springing up so fast, which is tearing the nation apart. He needs to be a selfless leader if he must rule the nation. This is the opinion of Joy Chinedu Samuel, and thank you for responding to our request to send in your comment, and which you have done very, very good. Said, I fear his godfatherism has not helped the nation because more of this godfatherism is springing up so fast, which is tearing the nation apart. According to you, he needs to be a selfless leader if he must rule the nation. Some may see the godfatherism as a means to bringing the nation together, but Joy Chinedu Samuel seems to think that the godfatherism is tearing the nation apart. So what is your opinion? What is your comment? And how do you think Nigeria can start preparing for the journey of 2023? Those of you that are giving thumbs up and all your beautiful signals, we love you, but at the same time, send in your comments. We need you to send in your comments now. Godfatherism is tearing the nation apart. That's according to Joy Chinedu Samuel. Do you agree with her? And with all that, according to what she has said, he has done a lot for Nigeria as a national leader. But with all that she has talked about. How much more should be done? And if not, like what Mercy said, that Tinubu should, no, I think it was Koko that said it, that Tinubu should not bother to waste his resources for presidency in Nigeria. And Vivian Obi gave a very strong one. She said, we need new breed of leaders. In other words, Tinubu has fought a good fight, but they should give room to younger leaders that can spring up. So the question we should be asking is that, is Nigeria ready for that? Are we ready to give room to new breed of leaders? All right. Then Grace Emmanuel has replied again. She says, I agree with you, ma'am. That's referring to Joy Chinedu Samuel. In other words, she seems to agree with everything Joy Chinedu Samuel has said. So with all of this, how can we bring our nation to stand on a strong path of democracy and produce the right set of leaders? Is it by who has the most resources, the richer guys, or those who can produce the expected result? Or is it just by having a young leader with a young mindset? What if that young leader turns out to be, according to how they used to call it then, runaway soldier? He came into the force, he couldn't stand the heat and the tension, and he ran away. What if that young leader turns out to be a runaway soldier? What do you think? So for all of these, we have something to talk about. Wow, Ken Agbo, I've missed you. I didn't hear from you yesterday. Maybe you were in the website. Ken Agbo is here now. He says, Tinubu is the dawn. This is a strong one. He would have been a better candidate, but please, let's give the Igbos a chance. That's the opinion of Ken Agbo. So Ken Agbo, that's a very strong one. You called him the dawn. If he's a dawn, sorry. If he's a dawn, don't you think he should have been given a chance, or he should be considered? But you have a point. He says the Igbos should be given a chance. If the Igbos are given a chance, will it do or make any difference for Nigeria? Okay, I think you are still talking. He says, I support Peter Obi for president. So Ken Agbo has stated his own categorical position. He's saying that he supports Peter Obi for president. So if this is the reason, Ken Agbo, he continues, he says, Tinubu has tried. Let him rest when the ovation is loudest. Let's fish for progressives like Peter Obi. Ken Agbo, why don't you allow us get to a time where we will analyze Peter Obi before you start canvassing for Peter Obi? Because we have some demands that maybe after Tinubu, next week Friday, we should consider Peter Obi. So maybe we can hear all the beautiful things you have to say about Peter Obi, because you seem to be his campaign manager right now. So while we do all of that, we are still hearing from you, and we know that you are still trying to write something to let us know. But like you said something that you think, even though Tinubu is the dawn, he should leave the scene. How did you put it? He has tried. He should leave the scene when the ovation is loudest. All right. Joy Chinedu Samuel, thank you so much. You have responded again. You said, we need people like the governor of Cross River State. Wow. Who is carrying his in heart. In other words, doing so much for his state and wishing he touched everyone in his state. In other words, the governor of Rivers State has gotten the attention of Joy Chinedu Samuel, who is saying that the man has carried his governance in heart, is doing so much for his state, and is wishing he touched every aspect of the state. So in other words, Joy Chinedu Samuel is also indirectly nominating I think it's Ben Ayade, who is a governor of Cross River State. Ben Ayade is now being nominated for analysis, and we'll bring him on board. So we'll let you know when. But let's conclude with Tinubu first, because to her, he is the kind of leader that Nigeria needs right now. Then we are seeing a comment here from Francis Chuku saying, this is a great show. Thank you. All right, so for all that we are saying, what is the way forward for Nigeria? Because we are building. And when the foundation is strong enough, the structure definitely will be strong. All right, we are seeing this from Victor's Main. He says, I told you earlier that all the pidgin you are writing, hope I'm pronouncing them well. He says, Tinubu for presidency, care. The man is old and he has done a lot of mischievous things, wonderful things. I beg you, the man don't old. We need new breed of leaders. All right. So victims believe that there's no need for presidents for Tinubu to come out. For Tinubu to come out for presidency, that he's old. He has done a lot of, according to him, both mischievous and wonderful things, and he is old. And that means you are towing the line of Ken Agbo, who says that he should leave the scene when the ovation is loudest. So all that we are saying is a pointer to the fact that Nigerians still have a voice, and they think that they can also produce the right candidate with the right choice that they are making right now. So now is the opportunity they have to mobilize support for who they think is the appropriate person at this point in time. Because when the elections and the campaign kick off very, very well, as in at an active rate, you discover that most Nigerians will not be able to say much, because at that point, it's about influence, it's about popularity, it's about wealth, it's about several things will come into play, and they may not seek the opinion of the Nigerians. So this is the opportunity we have to talk, to say what is on our mind, and also to be able to, to root for whoever we think. Like from our conversation today now, Ken Agbo has been talking about Peter Obi for president. Joy Chinedu Samuel is talking about Ben Ayade, that's the present governor of Cross River State. Then Ken Agbo says, I support Joy Samuel's position too. Oh, so Ken Agbo is supporting both Peter Obi for president and is also supporting Joy Samuel's position. So Joy Samuel seems to be carrying the day, and that's a good one. Then we still have a comment from Francis Chukwu saying, keep this show on, please. We were not planning to yank off the show. We are on. So thank you so much for that comment. We are together. All right. I wanted to say praise the Lord again. It was almost coming out from my mouth. I just held myself, because I'm always saying it. And it has become a part of me. So for all that we have said, I thank you. I appreciate you. And I know that this show is going on from one level to another. All right. Before we round off and give us all that we have done and kind of give us a score, how much we have done. We have Chukwu Adino saying, good morning, Blossom Nigeria. I think we should not go for Tinubu. He has tried. I think we should go for Joy Chinedu. That means he is saying that going for Joy Chinedu Samuel's position. Wow. So Joy Chinedu Samuel, you have been a very strong force in today's conversation. I'm still seeing more. Grace Emmanuel says that's true, and let me see more of what she has to say. She says that's true. Since democracy, the same set of people have been ruling us. They will rule as militants, as Democrats, as governors, as senators, the same set of people. We need new breeds, Jare. In other words, give us new breed of leaders. We are tired of seeing the same faces. Wow, that's Mercy's position. Then Abigail Onoha, she says, thank you very much for this platform. Please, I think whoever should be the president should be the one whose mind has been trained. Mine is Ben, the Cross River State governor. He seems to know, just a second, he seems to know what governance is about. Thanks. All right, so Ben Ayade is also pulling a lot of weight, even though he's still a governor, but a lot of people are already, let me use the word, eyeing him for presidency in Nigeria. This is really remarkable, and that means the man's governance, even though he's in far away Cross River, a lot of people can feel the positive impact. In fact, if you go to our website, he is under one of our banners on our website. He is under what we call impactful governance, and for that Ben Ayade is commended. But that does not mean that we are saying Ben Ayade for president, Ben Ayade for president. What we are only saying is that he has done positively well, that he he has become like an example, a role model to other Nigerians and other Nigerian leaders. A young man with so much passion, and he thinks that if he has more, he can even touch more lives in Cross River State and beyond. I'm sure that is why a lot of people are still saying Ben Ayade for president. So from all that we have done today, we can see that we are really involved in sorting out the individuals now. From what we can say, Tinubu was supported to a very large extent, but the main issue has been the fact that he is domineering. He is, according to a lot of us, is more of a power broker, and they think that he should not waste his resources for presidency. And Kenagbo said Tinubu is a don, that he has done a lot, but he still thinks he should bow out of the scene when the ovation is loudest. So your thoughts will continue to come in all through the week till next week Friday, when we pick the next candidate that will be analyzing. You can send in your thoughts, you can send in your comments and your opinions on the Tinubu for presidency, and we also would like to hear and see objective points why you are supporting or not supporting. So what are your reasons? But like what we have seen here today, the major reason for Tinubu, why some people think he shouldn't go, is because they think he's too domineering and may not be able to yield to any structure that we want to, like maybe when the Senate asks you, come and talk to us, why are you doing what you are doing? He may not be the breed of a politician that won't willingly come and explain to anybody. But whatever it is, you can still talk to us. We support or any decision you take, provided is what is in mind of Nigerians, we will definitely support it. And if it is for the good of the nation, and like we said earlier, blossom Nigeria means flourish Nigeria, do well Nigeria, be productive Nigeria. So Nigeria is not a hopeless state. It's not a state of dry land. It's a state where hope is up, things are springing up, and whether we like it or not, Nigeria is a great nation that will do better. So, but before we sign off today, don't forget, like we said, it's for the whole week. And next week, Friday, Peter Obi has been selected based on popular demand to be the next individual that we will analyze for presidency come next week, Friday. So thank you so much for making today's episode interesting. Many more people are still talking, but let me just take one or two more comments before we sign off. Oh, Chukwadino says, wow, I love this. Then Obie Eremie says, I also think Tinubu shouldn't go for presidency. He can do more for Nigeria from where he is. Thank you. So in other words, Obie thinks Tinubu is more of a back-end power broker that might not come out directly to say I am here, but he can also be directing the affairs of the nation from wherever he is. So he thinks Tinubu should not come out and declare for presidency, but he can still do much more for Nigeria from where he is. Thank you so much, Obie, for that. So we will continue, and don't forget, Dialogue Box is a daily program every weekday from Monday to Friday. So we've been discussing several issues, and that's why we brought to your attention the fact that some of these things we talked about all through the week, attention should be given to them from the presidency, from the state government, and even from us as individuals. We talked about the fact that today is the International Day Against Drug Abuse and Trafficking. So give all you can to give the right orientation to people. And one of the drugs that have been singled out that is being abused in the north is tramadol. And the NDLEA believes that it is also contributing to insurgency in the region because they think it contains a high level of opiate, and opiate has effects similar to morphine. So this might be a major reason according to the NDLEA. So let's all contribute our quota to spreading the right information. And also, just before we round off, don't forget that the political issues we talked about, we pressed and we said that political ideology is key So no matter how we want to look at it, it is not about just having an opportunity to be in the public office and make the most for yourself. That Nigerians should start having the right mindset of service. It's all about service, and that's why I want to say a very big well done to all those who have been doing so well, and also commending President Buhari for nominating Usman Bello to be a chief judge of the International Criminal Court, and several other areas that we talked on before we entered fully into Tinubu for presidency. So you can get the rebroadcast on our Facebook page and on our website www.blossomnigeria.com. Thank you so much for being a part of our program today. We enjoyed your comments and we look forward to having you on Monday.